If you're watching this video, I assume you've already looked at how each module works individually. So when you come to this overview of the whole NJST system and how it all works together, a question comes up before you even take the 2-day free trial, right? Which indicator is most important? Which works best? Which gives more signals? Here's what's interesting. After those 2 days, those questions diminish. And the traders who have been with us for a week, 2 weeks, a month, or even for months, they all answer that question completely differently. Some say Assassin is the best one for them. Others can't imagine trading without radar. And some base most of their decisions on global risk. I know many like that. And then there are those who use Pulse every single day. You get my point, right? And that's normal, because NGST was never meant to be a rigid trading system. There isn't a single trading system for everyone to just copy exactly. That's simply not the case. From those who have already subscribed and have been using it for several months, I can unequivocally state that it's a decision-making ecosystem, precisely because that was its original purpose and intent. That's why there's no single button, no magic bullet setting where I can just say, do this, do that, and you'll make 30 or 40%. That's definitely not what we're about. There's no single correct way to operate. Over time, each trader develops their own unique model within the NJST system. Some prefer trading with the trend, some focus on scalping, others look for reversals, and some only trade strong impulses, and that's it. They don't really need anything else, but they all use the same foundation. This is precisely why I constantly advise you, avoid seeking out your absolute favorite indicator on day one. Give the system time, work with it a week, a month, you'll see which modules become key. For every user, it's going to be something unique and interesting to them. And that's normal. There's only one market, but trading styles differ for everyone. You come here with your struggles. Someone got liquidated, someone else traded with 100x leverage. Everyone has their own story. But you function as a unified entity, and you'll grasp how to operate within it. No single indicator is going to tell you that this one move is perfect. After using the system, you'll see some modules become favorites, reacting better to trends, impulses, or scalping. That's precisely why today, I won't tell you which module works best, because such an answer doesn't truly exist. Instead, I will show you how the entire ecosystem was originally conceived, how its modules collaborate, how they will complement each other, and how a basic chart transforms into a complete and effective decision-making map. The protocol itself. Using Ether as an example, the 5-minute chart is the simplest time frame, favored by our futures traders using 20x leverage, who understand and are mindful of risk management. So considering this, we must first examine global risk, then we turn our attention to Spectra, next we assess Assassin, and only then do we evaluate Fusion. Following this, we transition to the overlay chart, then observe Pulse, and subsequently we examine Radar. That's one protocol, 6 modules, but the final trading system will be unique to each person. That's the entire philosophy of NJST. I've specifically disabled Pulse and Radar so they don't obstruct or distract you from viewing this video. And I can say, again, we're looking at Global and we're looking at Spectra. Then we look at Assassin. Look, we have a perfect 3-way match right here. This is a 5-minute chart. We can snag 1 or 2%, which is great with 20x leverage. We personally trade with 20x leverage, we stick to our risk management, and for us, this percentage on a 5-minute chart is quite good. If we look further, we see global risk has only just started to fall, and accordingly, we got a REV long and the Assassin alert. Somewhere in there, a fusion signal for OS/OB came through, so you could have also entered on a quick bounce, but knowing global would continue down, we again get global, we get Rev long, we get the fusion hook, and then Assassin shows up. And by the way, let's use this moment right here as an example. What happened before these alerts appeared? We'll look at Pulse, and we'll see how Radar was performing. I'll deliberately set the speed to 3x, or maybe even to 1x, and then we'll see exactly how this all plays out for us. Let's take the speed at 1x and observe how it began to perform for us. We see that there's movement happening here. Global risk is already loudly indicating that funds have exited. Accordingly, a higher timeframe line has already appeared for us on that. We see that we are moving down here. Assassin is now appearing. Soon we'll get the hooks and Rev long. Once it has appeared, we see we're extending on Radar and starting to enter, and will soon break through this entire area. I believe we can pick up the pace slightly here and observe how this entire situation unfolded during the bounce backs. We see the money, the stack, everything's good, it's confirmed, and this is a good move. These here were our entry points. Even if we had entered on the 5-minute charts, again, that same 0.91% gain, it still holds true. And that's how it operates with Radar. We have the essential videos you viewed about Radar, we have the clusters, and we have these distinctive movements. We can see it all clearly. We had Global Confirm, Spectra Confirm, Fusion Confirm, and Assassin Confirm. All 4 modules activated, the stack appeared here, and then we began to climb higher. Thus, we can even examine the simulations to see our subsequent movements. We can find specific movements. We'll proceed in this manner. Pulse is already playing out here, right? As we see here on Global, we got a safe, then a stack. We completely failed there. Liquidity was swept here, and also here. There were bounces, and as we can see, the alert only appeared right here, and here, and here, then the stack showed up. And then here's a perfect example in real time. As this video is being recorded, ETH started going down. Nothing is made up. That's how this protocol works. This entire ecosystem was specifically designed to help you cultivate discipline and rid yourself of chaos. No more guessing if it will work today, it won't work tomorrow. Here's a perfect example. Learn and develop that very discipline for yourself. NJST Tech helps you work without chaos. That was the primary objective, to build these modules so they could function harmoniously together. And when you grasp the overall picture, trading becomes significantly simpler. This allows you to even switch to a 3-minute time frame and observe its unfolding performance. It might even appear to you sooner, for as we know, rearranging the terms does not alter the sum. The story remains the same. It is exactly the same here. Everything operates in precisely the same manner. As I told you, this entire concept originated from how NJST Tech should operate. How you will use it. I can guarantee you 100% you will use it completely differently. Because out of all the people using it now, no one trades the same way. Believe it or not, you'll develop your own trading strategy after a week, 2, 3, 4. You start to understand how to use it. You turn some things off. Let's say Radar, for example, just doesn't suit you, gets in your way. Either Pulse, or you simply ignore it. You just use 3 or 4 indicators. Or maybe you'll use 2 or 3. And then over time, you'll add more, and just keep an eye on 1 or 2 others. So for every individual, and I emphasize this once more, your unique strategy will naturally emerge after several weeks. Then you'll be in a position to determine for yourself which particular indicator truly serves your personal trading style. In the end, I can say for sure that indicators don't compete. Each handles a part. Global Risk for environment, Spectra for impulse, Assassin for market conditions, Fusion for overall movement quality, Pulse for general context, Radar for the execution point. Together, as you can see, they form a complete decision-making protocol. And within this protocol, every trader eventually discovers, again, their own particular style of operating.